Yeah.
Did you know daylight savings actually enacts in the States like a month before it does here? Enact is inflicted upon us, whatever verb you're looking for. And it leads to this really interesting moment where my family, instead of being 9 hours behind me, is 8 hours behind me. And also you kind of get that feeling like, oh my gosh, the sunrise is finally here. Light is welcoming me in the morning. I'm gonna survive. And then it kicks you in the nuts. That's coming this weekend. It's funny though, because I thought it was happening when the US one was happening, so I've been living in grand anticipation of this moment for far too long. Ugh. Anyway, welcome back to Paris. Another thing that I've noticed ever since I started running every morning was a question that I've always had, which is when do they collect the garbage in Paris? This is a very like local, you live here kind of question, because I don't put garbage out on the street like my building does. And I've never really noticed a pattern. It's because they come every day. If your poubelle fills up, you put it out on the street and they're there. Every morning, these guys are out every morning. Like I cross paths with them almost in the exact same place every morning. Can I say every morning again before, like every morning? Anyway, leg day. I feel like I'm full of fun facts today. I do kind of feel like I owe you like a third fun fact all of a sudden. So, what do you think about it? I'm so close to being able to play this without, I made like, you know, half a dozen at least mistakes in there clearly, but like it's so satisfying to get so far on something new. Humbling and kind of embarrassing to get started, but I have this Prelude by Bach memorized and almost mastered. I'm really, really, really glad I finally picked up piano. Anyways, some delightful last minute developments. We're gonna go meet Richard for coffee and we're gonna go meet Lindsay for lunch, and in the midst of that, we're gonna come up with a third fun fact, because I didn't mean to start the day on fun facts about Paris, random stuff I've learned, but here we go. Not that daylight savings is a fun fact about Paris specifically. Living in Europe when your family's in the US, you know, you get me. Oh, hey, I know you. This one is going to be an actual fun fact about Paris. I guess French culture in a way, from Richard.
Oh, hello. Yeah, I think one of the things I learned, and it really only came to me because I had kids here. I might have learned it eventually, but when you have children here, it becomes pretty clear that they consider hello and goodbye as important for manners as please and thank you. So kids are taught from a very young age. You'll see their teachers at creche and maternelle and school be very, very definitive, or very careful about saying hello and making sure they say hello back or bonjour. And also au revoir at the end of the day. They learn that, and if you don't want your kid to be the kid who's been brought up badly, make sure that they get used to saying bonjour and au revoir to people they meet, adults and everyone alike.
So what do they call an Irish goodbye?
I don't know. My children, like their teachers at the end of the day, like, you know, au revoir, like, and you have to look them in the eye and say au revoir, and then my kids can go.
There you go. All right, we'll see if we get one more out of the day. Slow going with the boy dog. Lindsay's got a fun fact for us now too. What's your
My fun fact?
This one, I like this one. This is a good one.
Oh, because I already told you.
She did tell me. I cheated, I know.
So what's really interesting is that Amazon is not allowed to discount books the way they do in the US or maybe even the UK, because the government sort of regulates the prices so that it doesn't present an unfair monopoly given the independent booksellers and stuff.
Yeah.
So I want to say that the biggest discount they could offer is like 5%. So it helps keep booksellers alive.
I like that one. The other one she was going to go with but didn't, but I will because I think it is interesting. Your taxes come basically pre-filled out. You just have to verify them. You don't have to figure out all the magic of what do I owe. I know they know, but they won't tell me.
Yeah, it's personal tax.
They know, yeah.
It's not like your business filing,
Yeah.
for example, but like your impôt sur le revenu. It's a little bit more efficient. That doesn't mean there can't be errors, and you do still have to check, and
Yeah.
there are probably things like, you know, if you've donated to charity, that, you know, maybe you have to fill that in.
Yeah.
But the bulk of it is done.
It has not applied to me for a very long time, so I completely forget about that every year. I love that. Anyways, thanks for lunch. I'm trying not to make a habit of editing on the Metro, but you know, Paul invited me to a show last minute. He was like, "You want to work on your French? I have a French comedy show being filmed tonight. It's a friend of his. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into." I said yes. You know, also, I'm sure Paul's gonna have something, you know, he'll have a fun fact up his sleeve. Here's a fun fact that isn't remotely trashy. Bob McCormick is today's patron producer. Thanks, Bob, and all my patrons for everything. You guys are amazing. We're gonna dive deeper into Patreon and some of the changes we're making here. A lot more polls, a lot more fun to come. If you enjoyed the road tripping, exploring France, you're gonna wanna jump in on it because you're gonna be the ones influencing where I go and what I eat. Apparently my ticket is with a guy named Anthony in Theater Antoine. Seems a little bit on the nose, but we're gonna find out when we go inside. I'm not gonna cross the bike lane. Oh wait, that's not what I want. Pretty sure I'm not here to see the Dead Poet Society. Is this, what? Oh yeah, there she is. Tanya. We're in the right spot. Mes billets sont avec Anthony, je crois. Il m'a dit à gauche. Anthony? Salut. Ouais, toi? Excellent. Est-ce que je peux te demander une question sur caméra? Quelque chose de surprenant sur Paris. Je sais pas, il y a quelque chose que je jamais savais avant.
Avant d'arriver à Paris, je pensais pas que ça touchait autant la pisse.
Ah, ok. Bon, I like that one. That's most of us, I think, yeah. Bon, merci, hein. Quick clack. Bonsoir.
Alors, vous êtes tout seul?
Non, je suis avec Paul Taylor, si vous connaissez.
Alors, vous êtes seul.
Another surprising thing that I always forget is that the ushers are prone to ask for tips in shows like this. So don't forget to bring some change.
All right, mate. I guess we're beating until
We are in an old theater talking about how old it smells. Do you have any other, to end the video, do you have any fun random facts about Paris?
Right, so one random Wednesday at midday in our apartment when I heard like air raid sirens, like,
yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
And
the Germans are coming.
The German. So this is a thing everywhere I think everywhere in France, but definitely in Paris, is that they test the air raid sirens every first Wednesday of the month at 12 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're ever in Paris on a Wednesday and it's the first Wednesday of the month and it's 12 p.m, don't be scared that there's an air raid siren, and they just check it just to make sure it works, as if we would follow that. But here's the thing, if you're a terrorist,
I think I'm going to cut that part because I don't need to give terrorists any ideas, but yeah.
Yeah, it's
like
pretty, and the thing is now, I haven't heard it in a while because I've been far enough away from the town hall. I don't know if it comes from the town hall.
It's the Marys, yeah, the Marys have them on. At least I know a few of them that come to mind that do, so I'd imagine all of them do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Good one.
Since you were talking about bunkers recently in La Rochelle.
I was standing on one.
Yeah, it matches the World War situation.
There we go, perfect tie-in. Thanks for bringing me to a show, Paul.
Full circle, like the circle
of life.
Is this not what we call the circle? The circle?
This is a horseshoe.
These are the stalls, and I think this is like the circle.
This is the balcony.
Yeah, but I think it's actually called the circle.
Is it really?
In theatre. I don't know. Theatre people, please leave Jay and tag me in the comment, because I think this is called the circle. The stall's a circle, and the... Anyway, thanks for watching.
What a credits.